How do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called Ted Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it light. It's 30 minutes long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the Boro pride. Nice one with that, episode 7 of the Ted Talks podcast. But not only that, the footy season's only started, hasn't it? Didn't it just start with a bang, you know what I mean? We went all the way to that fucking stadium inside someone's back garden in the street. Looked like Strandon Street in Thornaby, shithole. And we came away with 3-3, you know what I mean? I think it was evident that, we can't defend for shit at the moment, which is a bit weird when at the helm we've got probably one of the most technically gifted English defenders this country's ever produced. But, you know what I mean? Let's not throw judgment too early because it's first game, you know what I mean? Probably nervous, wanted to try, still find the feet. And, we banged 3 goals in. We could have had a lot more, you know what I mean? Fucking Sombalonga needs to pull his finger out. But I think I'm happy. A lot of positives from that we can build on and go into next game against Blackburn and have a proper good go at him, you know what I mean? And hopefully keep down and quiet, even though he is one of our own. But fun-filled show today, you know what I mean? Lots going on, couple of guests, and we've got a couple of fan reactions in the Ask Ted area as well of the show where, got some questions about the Boro. So it's going to be great. But so it's Ted Talks podcast, recorded in conjunction with Boro Fan TV and Showcase Comedy. 2 bloody fantastic businesses, one providing fan content about the Boro and the other providing comedy nights throughout the north. Fantastic. Right, I hope you enjoy the show on that. So joining me in the plodcast studio this week is Billy Mack. You may remember the past couple of weeks we've had Billy Mack's promo campaigns aired on the plodcast advertising element of the show, and Billy Mack is running for the mayor of Teesside. He's a Redcar lad. Absolutely fantastic to have him on the show. Billy Mack, welcome to the Ted Hanky podcast. Great to see you, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, doing all right. Great to be here. Thanks for having us on and that, Ted. I do listen to your show and I do think it's all right and that. So, just glad to be on. Glad to get me messages across and that.
Well, I'll be honest, you know what I mean? It's a pleasure having you on because I'm a big fan. I remember from years ago when you used to work on the doors and that. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, of course I can, yeah. Well, I started off working over in Stockton at the Garrick.
Yeah, I know it well.
I used to knock fuck out of some Doyles there all the time. And used to do the odd stint down at Rebels and Mowers. Used to do a bit of running and that as well for the main man. But anyway, I did a small stint at Brad's Bar, but I was fucking hell even. That was a bit rough for me, to be honest. So I went over to to sort of Redcar and I was doing all your usual places. I was a big player at Sharky's pool room and that. You know what I mean? I was well known at Sharky's pool room for dishing out the bat and some other stuff as well. You know what I mean? But we can't say that. And I built up quite a reputation in the Redcar area for being not only fucking handsome, but just being a bit rock hard and that, you know what I mean? So got myself a bit of a fan club in Redcar and that, you know what I mean?
That's very interesting, Billy, because I think there's a couple of my ex-girlfriends who said they've had a little bit of a splash around on you before. And it was, you were with him before I was, obviously, Billy. I would never go anywhere after you, mate, because you looked fucking rock hard. But they used to say, that Billy Mack, God, he can't half book dead fast. He's a proper fast booker.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Ted, because I am an incredibly fast booker, and that's one of my policies I want to bring to the people of Teesside. I want to teach the lads of Teesside, particularly Redcar in my hometown and that, how you can book really fast, but still effective. You know what I mean?
Go on, I'm intrigued, Billy.
You could do a 3-minute book, and that lass could have had the time of her life because I've got techniques. I've got a very particular set of skills. I sound like that Liam Neeson Doyle now, don't I? But, you know, I do. I know exactly where to hit. I know what to hit and when to hit it. And people say, oh, Billy Mack, he's the master of the slap. I'm also the master of the booking. The booking. I'm bringing the booking back as well. Really, honestly, mate, I could probably do with a few lessons myself because when I've had 6 pints of Guinness, 2 Sam Fulkers, a brandy and a WKD wicket, I just book forever. You know what I mean? I was like, I had a little bit of flange time with Big Fat Julie the other week, and I was just penetrating her for ages, and I was trying to think of like Jet from Gladiators. I was trying to think of Anthony Turner. I was thinking of the blondie who used to be on Game On. I can't remember the name.
Samantha Janus.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, I was thinking about her as well. And I was just going for absolutely ages, and then I just found myself just wanting to watch an episode of Game On. So I just stopped and I just found one on my iPad and watched that.
Yeah, you're getting it all wrong, mate. What you need to do, right? You got to start off with a little bit of an ear nibble, right? A little bit, yeah, ear nibble like that, right? Then you move your way down when you're nibbling. So, you know, you can spend a good minute and a half on this, like, trust me, like that. So you start on, nibbling down the old shaped potatoes and that. And then you go proper down then. You go all the way down. I'm not going to say where, but you'll know where I mean. And you spend a good, probably 23 seconds down there. That's all it takes. And then quickly whip it out, whop it in, quick buck, Bob's your uncle, done and dusted, mate. That's all you need. It's all you need.
It's a good policy, Billy. I like the sound of it and that, you know what I mean? So, right, you've told us about, some of the places you worked in. Now, what made you get into politics? What makes you want to be like the mayor of Teesside and, and all that type of stuff?
Good question, that, Ted. Now, I think this beautiful place of Teesside is crying out for a leader. They're crying out for the people's poet, a figurehead, a poster boy. That's Billy Mack. I've got it all. Do you know what I mean? I own 2 tannin salons. I've got a scrap yard. I've got a sweet shop. I've got a Parmo shop. I've got 2 Jeeps. I've got a Ford Capri. I've got a wife. I've got a girlfriend. I've got loads of polo shirts, designer ones. I sell a couple down the club, you know what I mean? I'm a wealthy man. I'm connected, right? But I'm also pretty good to look at as well. And I reckon you start putting my face on posters and slapping them all around the borough and places like that, I'm going to get votes. People are going to vote for me because they know I'll go on to stuff like Question Time and I'll just say, hey, yeah, you'll do as I tell you, Boris, you Doyle, or you're getting a slap. And I'm starting my own party called the Dowens Party. And
all right, yeah. So why are you calling it the Dowens Party then?
Well, Dowens means doing the Dowens, you know what I mean? Doing the Dowens. That's all it means. So I think it's a strong message.
I think it probably is, Billy. I don't know what you're fucking on about, but you know what I mean. You look hard, so I'm not going to challenge you.
I am fucking hard, Ted. Don't challenge me. I'll slap you. I'll break you in half. I'll open you up like a cheese toastie, and I'll ruin you. Do you get me?
Yeah, all right, Billy. Just trying to do a bit of a podcast interview with that. You know
Sorry, Ted, I'm only joking. I wouldn't hit you, mate. Fucking hell, I'd break my hand on them teeth.
Yeah, you probably would, Billy. Okay. We'll have a little break here, I think. So you'll have noticed recently I've been letting advertising space out on the old podcast, and Billy Mack's done a few himself, and this week I've let it out to a lovely lass by the name of Brodie Bradshaw from Berwick Hills, and she's advertising her beauty business. So I'll play that now.
Hiya, my name's Brodie Bradshaw, I'm a nail technician. I got an MBQ in beauty therapy from Kirby College. I do like shellac nails, strong enough to scratch your lad's back and that. We do fake love bites, fanny waxes, daft eyebrows, One seal spray tans, no spray, no lay girls, know what I mean? Just look us up online, Brody's Babe Barn, making any pig look like a babe. Brody's Babe Barn, lush.
Oh, very, very good indeed. I might pop in myself and get me gooch culled. It's a bit wild at the minute down there, know what I mean? Right then, anyway, Billy, so you mentioned earlier in some of your campaigns about you were looking at bringing Sharky's pool room back to Redcar. Is there any other venues that you think we need to make it a chair? Because let me just throw something out at you.
Yeah, go on, right. What you saying? Right, go on.
What I'm saying, mate, is, right, let's have a look at the evidence, know what I mean, right? Walkabouts in Boro, gone. Barzantia, gone. Madison, gone. Liquid, gone. Blazers, gone. The Arena, gone. Leo's Function Bar in Redcar, gone. The Mall in Stockton, gone. Then it was Visage, gone. Then it was Zanzibar, gone. Do you think there's a big fucking decline of class venues just going? What's the crack?
I'm glad you raised that there, Ted. I'll tell you why, right? And I'm glad you brought up Leo's Function Room as well, because I once threw a fucking big fat lass through the window there because she tried to slink me with a fucking WK. No, it was a bottle of Ooch, cheeky bitch. But anyway, you're right. There's a big decline of all these class venues where lads and lasses can go and socialise. You can go and I remember you can go to the Mall in Stockton, you can have a blast away, you know what I mean? It costs you about £1 for the blast away in total. Then you could get some lass and you can go and stand on the top of the stairs near the VIP bit and just give her a bit of a blast, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff. You can't do that now. Other ones, Corner House, that's gone. That used to be class clunge, didn't it? Gone now. All these great venues, they've gone. There's nowhere for the young'uns to go and just mingle and just be themselves and enjoy themselves. Well, Billy Mac, he's bringing that back. I'm going to get a campaign going. I'm going to get some government funding going. I'm going to bring back all these fucking shitholes because we all loved them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, yeah, too right.
Beat the Bar Stockton, Yates's in Stockton, gone. I think it's fucking pound shops and bloody Bright House and shit like that taking over the high streets. Should be pubs, man. Should be clubs. Should be somewhere where we can go and have a drink. The Vicks, Stockton, gone. Let's think of some others in the borough, shall we?
Yeah, no, you're right, mate. And you got me thinking of others, that have gone from the town as well. Barisa, used to love going there and seeing that big fat DJ doing his stuff in there on a weekend. Chicago Rocks, or Shiggy Vops as it was known as, that's gone as well, man. And that used to be a real good place for cleaning up for flange and, that type of thing. There's loads of these class venues that just haven't stood the test of time. It's disappointing. You've got all these micro bars popping up. Fucking some of them are shite, you know what I mean? You get 6 people in and you kill them for 20 minutes for a craft ale. I don't like it, you know what I mean?
Hey, Ted. Spot on, mate. Spot on. Although I don't mind the micro bars because they, some of them are all right because when they get a bit, tight and sweaty in there, you can feel like, the lasses rubbing up against you. And I don't mind that, when I've got a nice pint of, pale ale in my hands. So, like I said, looking to bring back the big nightclub environments, bringing back all the dance DJs. You know what I mean? I want that Tall Trees effect where, it's a destination, and I think I'm gonna create something and build something myself in Redcar. So, get behind Billy Mac. You see me out campaigning at the weekend, take a flyer off me, because if you don't, I'll give you the fucking bat, you know what I mean? And, we're going to get it back going again. We're going to get nightlife booming, and I can dish out all my advice to the young uns. And like I said, I can pop round, sort out the wives, I can give lads a bat, whatever you want. Billy Mac's your man.
Billy Mac, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, man. I wish you all the luck with your campaign, and cheers, mate, you know what I mean? See you soon.
Yeah, cheers, Ted. Catch you later, mate. Ta-da.
Billy Mac there, future mayor of Teesside. You better get voting, matters.
Hey, brother.
Hello, Molly, you all right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was expecting you to call, you know.
Well, the reason I'm ringing, mate, is, you know, I do like my podcast and that, and I normally get like a daft fucking comedian on to answer some questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I forgot. So I've got no one this week. So this is when family plays a major part in entertainment, and I'd like you to just fill a gap, mate, and play a game of refer or defer.
You are?
Refer or defer. I played it last week with that big, massive Jack Johnson lad.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You know, you were playing it with that lad from Sunderland, weren't you?
Yeah, the one with the top knots and the little beard.
Yeah, but top knot. Yeah, I never knew that.
I know. I didn't know until I met him. I should have banged him out, shouldn't I?
Man, I quite like a top knot, you know what I mean? But, I'm up front, me, Ted, you know what I mean? All the lads in the club, reckon anyway, you ringing me up and me being on your podcast and that, you're going to get like at least 6 more listeners. Because, well, no, probably 1, because they'll just listen to it all on one phone. So, but there'll be 6 blokes there. Do you get that?
I do, mate. Do you know what, man? I need the fucking listeners at the moment. So even though there might only be 1 device connected, I'm going to count 16 of them around a pool table in the club listening to it. How about that?
Well, I tell you what, I've just got an idea then. Why don't I like to work this up to my speakers, and I'll stick them next to my house, and the 113 bus passes. Do you know what I mean? And there's at least 12 people on that. So, you know what I mean? You'll get 12 people there.
I like it, mate. That's getting me listening figures up even further. I reckon I could be at about 20 by the end of the week.
Well, I shall.
Anyway, are you ready to play refer or defer? All I do, mate, is I ask you, I give you 2 options, and you just choose the one you like the most. Simple.
Can't even look.
I haven't given the options yet.
Oh, all right. Is this not this game where it's Danny and Carly Minogue, and it's which one you know what I mean, and then which one you'd marry?
Well, we'll start with that then, right? So,
all right.
Kylie or Danny, and give me a reason why for this one.
I'll have Danny, right? Only because I reckon, like, she reminds me of Natalie Imbruglia when she had a little bit of short hair, and maybe she'd be mates with her. I think she was Australian, and like they've come round, and it'd be like having a pair of twins. Do you know what I mean? We'd get up to no sexual, like I'd just make her probably a nice mince dinner, and you know what I mean, catch up with a bit of the darts.
That sounds lovely. And do you know what? I'd have probably went for Danny as well, because out of the 2, she looks like the more experienced knob handler.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, Carly's hands are too small. I've always noticed that. I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have a look at her and Danny's. I bet you they're like brickies, man, the class.
I reckon Kylie would struggle with your average man's weapon, whereas I reckon you're right, Danny, she could handle a javelin.
Ah, well, aye, man, well, aye. Hey, I'm going to Google her the minute we finish talking, you know. I think I need some...
Google, Danny's hands. Anyway, I'm going to start us off. Okie doke. Here we go with refer or defer. Easy one to start with, Mala. Tea or coffee?
Well, cup of tea, mate.
Good choice. Robbie Mustoe or Neil Maddison?
Yeah, I tell you now, I'm having Robbie Mustoe. You know why? He does my head in, Maddo, man, on the radio. He's always like get excited. Like now watching the same game, I think, what's he getting excited about, man? I'm not, you know what I mean? It's Mustoe all the way for me.
Yeah, steady Mustoe. All right, he's a good one, close to the heart. The bongo or the pig iron?
Yeah, I used to love the bongo, but now it's got to be the pig iron, hasn't it? You know what I mean? It's got the pig iron. Hey, and I tell you what, £2.20 a pint.
Good, yeah. Better quality, better level of quality flange in the pig iron as well.
Oh, well, aye.
Okay, bit of a personal one. A tug or a gobbly?
What?
A tug or a gobbly?
A tug or a gobbly? Do you mean like cunnilingus? Is that what, like when the lick up?
I think it's just like a blowy, isn't it? A gobbly.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, no, definitely a tug because I can't reach it.
Good answer.
Doesn't go in, but like, my hands are here, you know, the right height.
Yeah, see, I can. Shepherd's pie or cottage pie?
Well, I tell you now, right, you can talk what you want about pies, but for me, there's only one, and that's Shepherd, and I'll fight anyone right now on Stockton High Street if they want to differ with my opinion.
And the winner gets a pie of choice.
No, he gets a shepherd's pie because he's only one pie. Do you know what I mean?
Right, I get your point now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, joke. Cliffhanger or Demolition Man?
Right. I love both of the movies, to be honest, man. I've got them on VHS. I nearly enough watch them on repeat, but for me, I think I'm going to go for Cliffhanger because he like you know what I mean? How muscly is he when he's grabbing on with like two fingers? I think he's showing off because I think, why is he just hanging on one hand? Do you know what I mean? When the helicopter comes up on that scene at the beginning, I think, why doesn't he grab hold of it with both his hands?
Yeah, I like that scene where Dirty Dan out of EastEnders goes, I like to play fucking soccer, and kicks him in the head.
Yeah.
I like that. But then I do like Snipes' hair in Demolition Man, you know what I mean? He looks like a Mad Grace Jones.
Yeah, I know, but it's like Demolition Man, like it's too much like bad news in it, you know what I mean? It's like too, you know me, I like real things, you know, like proper programmes, the Wombles, you know, whatever.
Doesn't Demolition Man have that fucking, Flanger Bullock in whatever she's called?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And if you swear like, right, it gives you a bit of paper, and they've got crystals, so when he's having a crap and that, but, like, do you remember? Like, he doesn't know how to use it, so he just sits in the toilet and goes, what bollocks and that? And, like, all the stuff comes out and he wipes his ass. And, like, it's dead funny.
I'm going to watch that later on. It's a great film.
Yeah, I'm going to work it on. I took right here. Hey, double letter that and then Cliffhanger.
Here's one for you, and, you know, I'm expecting a true answer. Warts or a rash? What would you prefer?
Always prefer a rash because you can cover it up, you see. I'm a man of expertise with this. You just get a bit of concealer, the same colour as your skin, and you cover it up, and then they don't even know until later.
Yeah, or if, it's on your chebba, just a bit of Caniston combi, and you're all right.
Well, aye.
Yeah,
well, aye.
You'll know the dance, kid. Finger up the bum or a needle down the foreskin?
Oh, the bum all the time.
Yeah.
See, don't even hesitate.
Didn't even think, did you?
I've just had my prostate done, you know what I mean? Because I'm the man of that sort of age.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but it'd have been better if, like, he hadn't been talking to me while he was doing it. I just wanted him to be quiet.
He didn't do that thing, did he, where he leans forwards and puts his hands in front of you and goes, oh, look, no hands.
Have you been with him as well?
Yeah, I keep going back. It's great.
Yeah, that's a lad.
Yeah. Dr. Derek. Yeah, anyway. Parsnips or a tartsnips?
Well, I'm always going for parsnips, mate, because, do you know what I mean? You know where you are with a good root veg, man.
Yeah.
As simple as.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that. You know, nipples are there for just, in my opinion, feeding bairns, whereas parsnips can feed generations.
That's proper well put.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. I might use that because I'm doing the bingo.
I might get some t-shirts. Made with that on, and just, and I'll wear them in the next Stockton surf.
Yeah, the plastic sounds nice to suck on, to be fair, but it's another thing.
Okay. Good one. Deacon Blue or a Blue John Deacon?
Nice. I'm happy with this because I'm going to have Blue John Deacon because I tell you what, I like the Blue Man group and Queen are my favourite man, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like it's a crossover. You can have like John Deacon smashing the drums and that all blue, and then he just knocks out a little bit of bass guitar. Happy with that. Or
like John Deacon joins Blue and he's there with that Duncan lad going, all rise. That one.
Yeah. A little bit of I think the symmetry you did there, that Duncan lad's gay, and Freddie was gay as well. I like how you did that.
There you go.
You've got a beautiful mind, haven't you, Mara?
I have, and you'll see with my next one, a big bush or a dainty privet.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm a very experienced man. But I'm telling you, I'm north from Dormanstown all the way, to Atherton. And I like a bit bushmeat, like. I do. I mean, you know what you're getting, don't you? Well, in fact, you don't. That's a good thing about it.
Sometimes you get a little surprise down there, don't you? Yeah,
Man, you're in there. And if it's big enough anyway, it like blocks her face out a bit. So, you know, when you look up, you think, wow, she might be nice. Like, if you forget that you just pulled her like 2 minutes before, she's not.
Yeah, and you just look up and all you see is just like, you think, fucking hell, if my eyebrows fell into my eyes. Yeah, I've had that before. Yeah, Julie's, you know, she's got a very lovely, thick, coarse one, which occasionally, before frisky time, we will back comb and spray with silkering hairspray to get the full effect.
I always wondered what happens, like, you know, Mum's bedroom with it. I could just hear hairspray, and her going, come on again. And I thought you could back, yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah, that was me round there, yeah. Okay.
The mind's stuck into my mind, buddy, you know what I mean? I didn't get it out of my mind now. I'm going to get back to thinking about happy thoughts. Danny and Natalie Imbruglia.
Well, before you go, last one. Would you rather, Mala, kiss a man or wank a dog?
It's the dog every time now. Because I tell you now, there ain't no way I'm necking on with a man. Do you know what I mean? In my eyes, all you're doing is helping the dog out there, you know what I mean? When he's a little bit frustrated. But if you neck on with a bloke, man, it's not, you know what I mean? It's none of my business. I'm not against it. But I tell you what, it's not happening in the club.
I know. Well, I heard rumours of sex parties going on at the Maliville, and apparently there was some nude men cuddling on the billiards table, and there was a right up there on the committee meeting and everything.
Yeah, I heard that. Like, we was at the buff, you know what I mean? We heard that, like, and well, all I'm going to say is no. Do you know what I mean? It happens. Yeah,
like you say, mate, not against it. It's the new world. You do what you want. I'm all for it. But hey, the rules of the club, they're on the wall.
Yeah, they are. Even though I've never seen that one on the rules, but I might go down at it now.
No, it's already, mate, Big Mickey's already wrote it on in Biro. He's proper homophobic, Big Mickey. So I don't agree with it, but you know, he's Big Mickey, so you don't argue with him.
Hey, you put rounding this up nicely, you know what I mean? I mean, Natalie Imbruglia and Danny, when they had short hair, looked a bit like boys. Oh, man, I'm confused now. Like, I'm confused, Ted. You've confused me.
I'll let you go away, mate, and deal with your confusing matters in your own confusing hands. See what I did there? You enjoyed it, Mallet. Thank you very much for dialing in, or for me dialing you and answering, I mean. And that was good. That was a good game, that. And
all right, Mallet. I'll speak to you later. Ta-da, Ted.
Cheers, mate. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
There you have it there, Julie, Big Fat Julie's brother there, my brother-in-law, Mala, having a game for the fair. Oh, you fair. Yeah, nice one. I think we'll do that one again. I enjoyed that. Right then, Maris, it's come to my favourite part of the show where me listeners and me followers of my social media pages and that ask me a question, and it's just called Ask Ted, and then I just do like some answers and that. So, here we go. Let's get cracking with Ask Ted. First question comes from Mark Cromack, a regular on the show, I may add. Roy Orbison sang, "I woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that all right? I drove all night." Do you think he should have asked her first, and is this technically a sexual assault? Well, Mark, I think it's a very valid point, and I'm going to have to agree that it is. It definitely is sexual assault, and Orbison, you know, he's bang out of order. He should have been locked up for that. If you'd ask me, he's a pervert, you know. He's singing about stuff like that. It's just wrong, you know, perving on women in red and stuff like that. Wow. Fucking creep, Orbison. Good question, that, Mark. I like that. And then Michael Cook's added to that, which is a relevant fact, you know. Wasn't he blind? You know, I think it was just, he just had dark sunglasses, mate. I'm not sure. Anyway, Ian May, good question this. Have you ever fingered someone out the back of flares? Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, she had a split in them, so I could get easy access, you see, and have a bit of a reach around. I'm only kidding. I know you mean the establishment in Boro, and the answer's no. I haven't, but I fingered many inside. Yeah, on the dance floor. Just putting that out there. David Gray, Babylon, Babylon. That's how he sounds when he sings. Asks, on the James Blunt song, Beautiful, he says, I won't lose no sleep on it because I've got a plan. But then at the chorus bit, he then says, and I don't know what to do. I wish he'd make his fucking mind up, Ted. He either has a plan or he doesn't. What do you think his plan was in the first place? Probably just go to bed early, you know, he's not going to lose any sleep. He's got no plan. Just go to bed early, David, you know what I mean? Get your head down, don't worry about stuff. Which then fits in with it, I don't know what to do. You just fall asleep, mate. You know, I wouldn't worry about it. It's a bit of a strange question, that, and a shit answer from me. Michael Hall, just been watching The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer, a cracking show, one of my favourites. As a fellow member of the comedy circuit, what is the smell and where does it come from? The answer to that is it is a smell of arse, and it comes from the arse. Or growing deep within the arse crack, in the depths of arse cress. That is where the smell comes from. Okie doke. Jack Moulton, what areas would you look at strengthening in the starting 11 and who would you bring in who fits the bill? It's a Boro question. This is what we're about. This is good. You know, I've Rooney signed for Derby. I would have loved Rooney to turn up for the Boro, you know what I mean? Surely if Derby can afford him, we can put together a package of, I don't know, 65-year-old prostitutes or something like that, and he'd be interested. He'd be cracking. He's 33-year-old. He'd be fucking banging him in the championship. But I think it proved the other day we need to tighten up the defence a bit. Shotton looked like he was fucking all over the shop, wasn't he? You know what I mean? Once Shotton out the fucking club, he was crap. So yeah, defenders, and I think we need some more goal scoring abilities because Sonbalonga, you know, I think he misses more than he scores. So Donald Mackerel, I've watched it 3 times now. Why does it smell? Crikey, this could be a number of things. You know, straight away my rude mind is thinking he's Chep End, but looking at Donald, I'm probably thinking it's his fleece with cats on it. He's got a cat fleece, and I think he probably just smells of cat piss, mate. You know what I mean? Stop sleeping with your cats. Alan Porter, what's the most stickiest thing you've ever been stuck on? Was it really sticky? Yeah, it was actually. I was on a stag do in Benidorm in 2004, and I went to a bukkake party. And, you know, you might say semen is sticky, but have you ever lied on the floor covered in about 30 different types of semen? Very sticky. Kay Gates. Oh, hiya Kay. A Sonbalonga Mr. Penno against Luton. Do you think he should be punished? If so, what punishment would you give? Yes, I do think he should be punished. I think he should be made to spend the night on the streets of Middlesbrough with the homeless. And, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of them would kick the shit out of him and nick any gold he's wearing. Why is orange jam called marmalade? That's a good question, that from Richie Gatenby, or Gattenby, I don't know how you pronounce your fucking name. Why is orange jam called marmalade? Do you know what? You've got me. I don't have a clue. I would have thought, isn't marmalade called orange jam? I don't know. It's a funny one, that. Either way, it tastes like, you know, when you kiss a lady's neck and she's got perfume on. That's marmalade. Simon Hayward. Ted, as the lead singer of Bulge, got bollocks. Don't know who Bulge is, mate. Don't know who Bulge is. I'm assuming he's got this high voice. He might just have incredibly tight pants on, Simon. You know, this is the day and age we live in. Tight pants, you know what I mean? Men don't look like men. I stick to the pro rodeo wranglers, but blokes these days, they're wearing fucking spray-on jeans. Danny McGeehan, a Sonvalongalonga's penalty, smiley face. I don't even need to answer that, you know what I mean? I don't even think it's fucking landed yet, still out there. Another one by David Gray, Babylon, unless this is the actual David Gray, the extinction of white dog shit. What are my thoughts on the subject? I think, David, and this is a sensible answer, is the ingredients within dog food has changed since the 80s because they had harmful cancer-inducing toxins in them. So we now create more stomach-friendly dog food, and therefore you don't get the dying of the stool. There you go. Let's have a look. Oh, my good mate here who buys me a coffee every week, Duncan Phillips. He's tweeted, so you can tweet him on Twitter and all that, you know what I mean? Just got back from the Fringe and finally got to see Angelo Septimio. Is there any comedian who you haven't seen but want to? Angelo Septimio is fucking brilliant, by the way. I love him. It's a good question. I would love to see Rick Mail, but, you know, I'll have to wait till I go to heaven for that now, won't I? Because, God bless him, he's taken away too early from us. He's the most talented comedian this country's ever produced, in my opinion. But in today's day and age, I've seen them all. Do you know what I mean? I get about. I've gigged with a few, but I go and watch a lot of comedy, and there's some fucking belters out there. If you've not seen Greg Davies yet live, go and see it. It's amazing. Gotta say that. And then finally, political question from Norton Wilcock. What's your position on Brexit, Ted? Okay, he's given me 5 options. Number 1, not interested. Number 2, really not interested. Number 3, couldn't give a fuck about Brexit. Number 4, I really absolutely couldn't give a flying fuck about Brexit. Number 5, what the fuck is Brexit? Everybody knows Brexit is when a fat Yorkshire man sits on a plastic chair. In Brexit. It's a crap joke, I know I've stole it, but I'm just putting it out there. Some of you might not have heard it before, but I would probably go with 3 or 4. I couldn't give a fuck, or I absolutely couldn't give a flying fuck about Brexit, because it's not real, it's all made up, and it's a conspiracy theory, and what's going to happen is we're going to get to that point, and then for some reason we're all going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine, so don't worry about it. So that's the end of Ask Ted for this week. Thank you very much for your questions, and we'll do it again next week, because I really enjoy it. I feel like doing a DJ, but with nuts. Well, I'll be honest, I really enjoyed that. Good stuff. Anyway, thanks again for downloading, listening, sharing, doing whatever you can to keep the podcast alive and out there. You know, I can't believe we've got to like 7 episodes, and I've only had 3 death threat letters, and it's not bad really, is it? You know what I mean? So, but listen, you can make me a donation at coffee.com, spelled Kofi. Just search the Ted Hanky podcast. I'll probably put the link on my page or some shit like that. And, big game for the Boro coming up against Blackburn. So watch out for me online video. And I'll do a little promo for that as well. It should be proper class, you know what I mean? But, thanks very much. You've been listening to Ted Hanky podcast, or the Ted Hanky podcast, in other words, in association with Boro Fan TV and Showcase Comedy. And, just fucking keep doing what you're doing, and appreciate it, matters. Love you, you know what I mean? Believe!